Bankai! Final form! Hey! It's 2018, but game, and who do you play as in the whole game in general? So, first of all, rather than thinking about who you play as, we need to start off with when do you play. So, you play as a father with a wife and son. He has a hunched sort of back, suggesting lots of work and cramp. So, this person's probably quite old, maybe about 30s to 40s. I thought it could be the only character that he could be would be William Afton, from the sprite similarities of what used to be the original idea for what was Purple Guy, but it's just William Afton. With them both having the sort of hunched back, and there are similarities in size. So, that was what I was thinking to start off with it. But then I looked back and I realised it couldn't be. His character, the character who is the child, is shown to be a social outcast from the staying in his room, and there is no point William shown to be an alcoholic, as one of the buildings you go to that you're told you can't go in because you've been in there too much is Junior's, which appears to be a bar. So I reevaluated and realised you must play as William Afton's dad, as the child seems to isolate themselves or have mental disorders. I mean, what sane person murders children? And, quote, he'll be sorry when he gets back, showing corporal punishment and beating children with belts or canes. This was phased out around the 70s to the 80s, so William had 3 children by then, and had started to murder children. By looking at it, by the 80s, Mike was 15 and the crown child was around 13 when he got chomped. As both are of a similar size, the girl's age, I'm guessing, is around 8 to 13. If it was William, there had been more than 2-room flats, because William's business was so successful, and he killed children so much as because he knew he'd be able to live off the money he already had. But he kept on coming back for more, which led to his doom in Springtrap. Now next, who do you play as? I'm guessing you play as the puppet. This is mainly going from the last cutscene in Sister Location, when you see Enid inside Mike, and then by the time Enid leaves, he's a purple corpse. He wouldn't have been able to survive this. So I originally thought, oh, Mike's ghost inhabited this like any of the animatronics were inhabited by ghosts. But then, when I started playing Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator, I realised 2 things. Security puppet, and the end scene. In the first bit, which is security puppet, you realise that there's 4 children, or around 4 children. There's an orange banded one, a blue banded one, a red banded one, and a green banded one. You play the game, but you will never find your child trying to get outside, as he's already outside. So the next thing you do as security puppet is go outside and chase that child. That child could be representing Mike or the crying child. I'm suggesting it's probably Mike, as he's a corpse. So security puppet goes outside to the dying child. Whereas it's raining, he starts to rust. And by the time you reach the child, he falls on the floor in pieces. I'm thinking what happened is the actual puppet found Mike's corpse and went to it, but his animatronic body disintegrated, so then the puppet took over Mike's corpse and then started trying to set animatronics right. This would show why most of the other places were visited by Mike, because the father wouldn't obviously not have said to him, "Oh, go and help your brothers and sisters." He knew they were dead. He didn't want to grieve even more. So, the puppet, instead of Mike, went to place to sort out all these animatronics. And, thinking about the 6th game, the Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria Simulator, in the last scene, when Henry is talking to you, the security puppet minigame is shown, with the child outside and the other children inside. This is suggesting to me that it's more of a bigger part than it's led off to be shown in the actual game. So then with that ending, Henry says there was an escape plan for you, but you don't want to escape or something like that. Now, I'd leave this into your consideration, dear theorists. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you disagree with me, write what you think in the description below. Subscribe so me 6 can die. See you next time, theorists.